Hey, how we doing today? Yes, I am once again by myself. Very sad. It's fine. I understand. It's been stressful lately for both of us. We're just trying to... We're just trying to get by. Because, you know, it's almost Christmas. We're all a little bit overwhelmed and stressed, I think. Alright. I still have some gems to get, like, a lot, and I just haven't been playing enough to really grind it out. Like, yes, I want this card, but, like, I don't know. There's just something about it that's... Something about just my life lately that's been stressing me out. I'm really cold right now. Fun fact, I've only been awake for like 2 hours. So, I'm still waking up. Bear with me. Okay. We are doing the third book of Harveston today, if I'm remembering correctly. Damn it, I should have taken my meds. I haven't yet, and I don't really have anything to take them with. Oh, okay. You know what? Hold on. I'll take them really quick. But, yeah, so hold on one second. I'm just gonna mute my mic. I'm not gonna go on BRB or anything. Okay. Taking them. Okay, so I guess since I've been sitting here a hot minute, I guess we should probably get started. So. And hopefully the audio is okay today. I gotta turn my own game down to hear myself, but because I use headphones right now, since it's... But problem is, if I turn it down too far, I can only hear it through one ear, so if I have to have it just high enough to where I could just barely hear it through the other ear. There. Okay. Oh, please don't do that. Alright. We are right here. So, We're only doing like book 3 today, because having 2 done yesterday should have kept us up. So, if it gets to the 22nd and I'm not done, I'll do more. But, like, for tomorrow, should be the last day. But, hopefully I can. If I'll track it and see how it looks afterwards. If I have to do two books tomorrow to finish it off, sure, whatever. But yeah, fingers crossed that I can get Snowy with me tomorrow too. They're taking a nap. They had a thing this morning. I was supposed to go with them, but I was like, I really don't want to go because I'm just really tired and I just don't want to go. And my dad was just like, okay. And I'm just like, thank God. So yeah, I don't blame him. It's okay. If we're going to practice sledding, does that mean we're off to Mount Mold? That's the main stop on my tour. I can feel the hype already. Sorry, I'm messing with my heater. We're certainly dressed for it now. Shall we get going, Apple? Actually, we'll be visiting the assembly hall in the center of town first. Come on. I already reset you once before stream. Come on. Are we seriously doing this today? I don't have the time or patience for this. Hold on, hold on. Hello. And it's frozen. It's frozen. Woohoo! It's frozen! Alright, hold on, folks. I gotta reset it. Ah! No! I hit something I didn't mean to hit. Crap. No! Oh, I hate everything right now. Even my computer is frozen right now. Whoa, what did I click on? Let me turn this off. And then I want to turn that, and then this, this, there we go. All fixed. Actually, we'll be visiting the assembly hall in the center of town first. Why is that? Grandma's got all our sleds and stuff there. Why is it? I thought. Ugh. Guess what? My phone cord is stuck under my god dang desk chair. And it's frozen again. Okay, I'm free. So we'll be meeting your grandmother. I'm most curious to see what she's like. Howdy, Apple. Glad to have you back home. There she is. She's the best. Thanks, Granny Maria. I'm glad to be back. You eating right at night or even college? You know you won't grow big and strong if you're picky. And do you still gulp down the stuff you don't like in one bite? I remember you used to choke all the time. Meemaw, please, you're gonna embarrass me in front of all of these folks. So that's Apple's grandma. Neat. She seems friendly enough. Their accents are a bit thick, though. Some places have distinctive local dialects. I'm sure this is one of them. Hello there. You must be Apple's friends. I'm his grandmother, Maria. Oh, you've adjusted your accent for us. That's very welcoming of you. Come on. Load! It's a little frozen again. Oh my gosh. Why is it being bad today? Of all days, it wants to be bad today. Like, it could do so much better. Okay, I'm closing this. I'm gonna close out some stuff in the background in hopes maybe that'll fix it. I'm hoping. There we go. And then put this back. And then I want to do... This is already in full screen. Are you joking me? No, it is not. This is cute. This is real cute. Oh, this is going to make me very mad today. I do not have the patience for this. Okay. Every single day, I swear something goes wrong. And I just don't have the time or patience for it. And then I want this. Whoa, I accidentally rotated it. Help. Sure, the bars aren't that big of a deal at the top and bottom. It's just the side that bothers the crap out of me. Let me just fix that anyway. There we go. Yeah, it's not being very nice today. It's just... It happens sometimes. It's annoying, but... There's nothing I can really do, unfortunately. It's just gonna be irritating. Hopefully the chat starts showing up on screen pretty soon. I don't know. Something broke. Anyway. Well, sure, I switched it up when I was selling goods in another town. I know it can be a little tricky for people outside Harveston to understand. Don't worry, if you get confused by something someone says, I'll interpret for you. It's just wonderful that you all came out. I appreciate you being so kind to my grandson. 𝙎 very kind to us. I barely interact with them, TBH. Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Jade Leech. I'd like to thank you for your generous invitation to partake in Harveston's festival. I'm 𝙎𝙎. Thank you for having us, Maria. Whoa, you just called her Maria. No Ms. or Mrs. That's like skipping past no manners and diving straight into negative manners. Yes. Hello, ma'am. I'm 𝙎, ma'am. Gracious, city folk sure have an interesting way of greeting people. No, that's just 𝙎. Hi there, I'm Yuma. Well, aren't you energetic? I hope you have a grand time while you're here. And I'm the Great Grim. I'm the one who's always cleaning up 𝙎's messes on campus. I can't think of a single time you've done that. You want to say that again? Young'uns are always so full of energy. You're as lively as an apple sapling. I can't offer you anything fancy, but I hope you enjoy the sights and have fun in the race. Thank you. Say, 𝙎, do the Sledathon winners get a cool prize? Like a metric ton of apples, or a 10-year supply of fresh-baked apple pies? You're not taking part, remember? So you wouldn't get anything regardless. There's no prize for winning the Sledathon, actually. People just compete for the winning title. Are you kidding me? Titles don't fill an empty stomach. They say the winners have good luck for a whole year. Really? After the mayor won the race last year, they won 6th place in the local lottery. How much did they win? 50 thought marks. Doesn't sound very lucky to me. Prizes are meaningless. Now that I've taken part, I refuse to accept anything less than 1st place. Let's do this, Apple. Right, I'm ready. Alright, time to prep your sleds. I'd like you all to pick out some fabric you like from this pile. Huh? We'll use the fabric to make the stuffed animals that pull the sleds. Oh right, this race involves stuffed animals rather than real ones. I'm seeing a lot of bright reds and checkered patterns. They're all rather showy. They're also all different sizes and lengths. This is a pile of odds and ends that each household in the village contributes to. So it's scrap fabric. We're not cheaping out, just to be clear. The idea is to show we care about our things by finding ways to repurpose them. The stuffed animals are made from a patchwork of pieces, so pick as many as you like. Must we choose from this selection? Then again, I suppose it doesn't matter, since this won't have any bearing on the sled's speed. Actually, it will. What? Different materials have different levels of air resistance, and hydrophobic fabrics don't get weighed down in the snow. The fabric makes a world of difference on the sled's speed and durability. Is that right? Whee! I've made my picks. That was quick. I looked up what fabrics previous winners used. This combination's gonna get me a high-performance plushie, guaranteed. Wow, you really did your research. Whee! Just call me the character creation samurai. I'll go with these snowflake and polka dot patterns for the base, with a touch of this orange for an accent. Fascinating. So that's how you normally dress outside of school. No, I just based my fabrics off of what Idea chose. What about you? Have you made your selection? Oh, yes, I should do that. Give me just a moment. I don't like that look. Jade. Alright, I've decided on the green and brown snowflake design and the blue stripes. Took you long enough. Oh, the patterns are so lovely. I had trouble narrowing it down. Didn't look that way to me. What should I go with? Oh, hey! I used to wear clothes with this pattern all the time when I was a kid. I loved it. I'll go with this. Apple must have been a charming child. He was a real bundle of energy. He'd play outside all day long if you let him. There weren't any kids my age around, so all the old folks would play with me instead. Tag was one of my favorite games. There's a lot of space to run around here, but since I was so much younger than everyone else, no one ever wanted to tag me. I wanted to be it, so I'd go toward them to try to make them tag me, but they'd just run away and avoid me. So I guess I was it by default, and the ones who were supposed to be it did the running. Reverse tag. How odd. It sounds like everyone around here was very kind to you. They were, but once I started elementary school in another town, I got into a lot of fights with my classmates. Used to be he'd come home in tears. I was real little then, okay? That all happened when I first started school. But I just kept facing down anyone who gave me guff, even the older kids. I showed them what for in the end. It must have been exhilarating. I used to call him the poison apple of the ♁family. That takes me back. The poison apple? I guess it's supposed to mean that even though I don't look intimidating, you need to watch out for me. Why couldn't they call me something cooler, like the Rising Dragon of Mount Muln or Harveston's Raging Bronco? I think it's a lovely nickname. Apple. If you ever start gaming online, I strongly suggest you run your names by someone else before picking a handle. Oh, idiot. To be fair, I honestly feel that though, because like a lot of my older ones are not very good. I like my newer ones though. Okay, so you've all got your fabric, right? Now the next thing you'll do is pick out what kind of animal you want your plushie to be. Must we pick out everything, Maria? My, someone's impatient. These are all essential steps for the Sledathon, you know. And I suppose there's nothing for it, but let's be quick about it. Am I the only one cringing at the way Subject's talking to Maria? I sympathize with his eagerness to start practicing, at least. Then I guess I'll make a snap pick. I'd like an octopus. You can't use an octopus. We're supposed to have land animals pull the sleds. Oh, really? I was rather looking forward to watching an octopus desperately tug a sled. Yikes, Azul's got it rough. Here, just choose from the animals we have patterns for. Squirrels, raccoons, deer. What an impressive selection. Alright, I'll take a reindeer. I've read that herds of reindeer live in the Harveston Mountains, given the cold climate, so I'd like something that's emblematic of this place. You've even read up on Mount Muln's wildlife. Golly, Jade, you really are a mountain expert. So, if you don't mind the Sled over Heels Authority weighing in, I'd say reindeer are the top pick. Is that so? It's true. They're strong with above average speed, and they do well on snowy terrain. They're the most popular choice from competitors every year. I'd recommend them too. Good call, Lydia. Glad to see you know your stuff. We're well on our way to winning. I want a bear. Why? Didn't you just say reindeer were the top pick? I mean, that's the mainstream opinion. I suggested them for you because they're beginner friendly. Do you like bears, Lydia? Not even a little. I'm more of a soft, fluffy animal kind of guy. Why a bear? Well, sure, reindeer are all-rounder types with a standard base stat thread, but when I ran the numbers in a bunch of different scenarios, bears came out on top. Really? Then I'll take a bear as well. Pfft, you might want to belay that decision. Bears are good at only one thing, raw power. They've got one sharp stat spike and a lot of dips. They'd be tricky for amateurs like you. You're as much an amateur as the rest of us. Excuse me, I'm a certified expert in the Sled Over Heels video game. There's a game adaptation as well. Regardless, I believe we have one reindeer and one bear. What are you going to choose, Apple? I'm going with a rabbit. How cute. Do you like rabbits? I generally prefer cool, strong animals like tigers and leopards, but I've had a soft spot for rabbits since I had one when I was a kid. I never knew you had a pet rabbit. It wasn't a pet, exactly. See, one time Dad laid this trap to catch whatever animals had been messing up our fields, and this rabbit got caught in it and it was injured in the process. It was just a tiny bunny. We felt bad for the little guy, so we took care of it until it was all healed up. Boy, was it cute. I remember it'd make these adorable little snorts. It liked me best out of everyone, probably because I was the one feeding it. I'd take it out on walks into town and folks would give it all these fruits and veggies. I was actually nervous that we'd get attached to the other people who were giving it food. Anyway, the rabbit got better eventually and we released it out into the wild. It could be living on Mount Moon right now. What a charming tale. I reckon I'll do great in the race if I use a plush version of my old pal. Rabbits look all cute and harmless, but they've got some serious leg power. They're nimble too. And it's 3 down, which just leaves Sebek. So, what'll it be? I'll have no preference. I can handle any plush you throw at me. In that case, why don't you pick one for him, Lydia? Seeing as you're the expert. How about no? It's fun picking out a plush for myself, but doing it for some rando? Not interested. Then I'll choose. Let's see, what would be easy to make with Sebek's fabric? Maybe a squirrel. A squirrel? Can't I have a stronger animal, like an elephant, or a rhino, or a tiger? Even a crocodile would do. You said you didn't have a preference. Well, yes. You picked small fabric scraps. So it would be easiest to make our smallest pattern, which is the squirrel. And I'll select different fabric. What? Oh, come on! You're the one who was itching to get going. The squirrel, you say? Why, Spec, what a discerning eye you have. Really? The squirrel's max speed is top tier. Those little guys are faster than greased lightning. I couldn't think of a better wreck for you. Fascinating. When you put it like that, the rodent seems most fitting. Very well, a squirrel I shall have. Whew, glad that's settled. Was what you just said true? Huh? Oh, well, technically squirrels do have top tier max speed, but the trade-off is that their durability is so low they come apart at the seams if you make them go full throttle for too long. Well, you didn't lie then. Wiki, as long as we're careful about pacing, we should be fine. I know, he's my favorite too. I love him so much. He is my son. Now that we've got our fabric and animal patterns, it's time to sew. We gotta sew our own. Sure do. Don't worry. Don't worry, boys. I'll sew them all for you. Come on. Thank you. What? Are you sure, Grandma? That's 4 people's worth of work. Oh, you should know how deft I am with a needle by now. Besides, I'll do all the finishing touches with magic. Leave everything to your Meemaw. Why don't you show these folks around the festival in the meantime, Apple? The least we could do is let our visitors get in some sightseeing while they're here. And you're the best guide I could think of. Yeah, you're right. I'll do it. I should be done in about 2 or 3 hours, so go and enjoy yourselves now. Thanks, Meemaw. Okay then, let's go see the town, guys. Yes! I want to hit up more anime sites. I've been most eager to sample all the bounties from the mountain. I want good grub and lots of it! I'm rather excited for this tour. I'm starving. Alright, I'll make sure you get something good. But before we eat, there's one thing we absolutely have to do. It's non-negotiable. Oh, what's that? Some sort of harvesting custom? We're gonna wash our hands! What? I would say that's to be expected. Yep. I know it's normal to wash your hands before you eat, but we take it very seriously here. The miners that used to live here stopped getting sick once they started washing regularly with soap and water, according to our folktales anyway. So the townsfolk have always been real sticklers about it. Is there some historic context around that tale? I'm just spitballing here, but Harveston's a pretty remote place. We don't have much in the way of hospitals or doctors, so if someone gets sick and wants to get checked out by a doctor, they have to go down the mountain. And I bet that was way harder to do back in the day before modern transit. I think that's why hand washing has historically been such a big deal here, for disease prevention. Yeah, I'd buy that. On that note, let's go wash our hands at the well over there. What? It's already freezing out, and now you want us to plunge our hands into icy water? Doesn't the assembly hall have hot water? Can't we just use that? Don't be a chicken, idiot. Yeah, show some courage! Okay, 𝙎𴑃, if you're so brave, then let's see you do it. Courage, 𝙎𴑃. Yes, I know. I won't back out. Here goes. But, guys, he doesn't handle cold very well. Oh, okay. So cold. There, my hands are washed. It's your turn. Idiot. Guess there's only one way out of this. Here goes nothing. Dude, this is like Sub-Zero. Is it really? Let me try. It feels rather warm to me. I don't see what all the fuss is about. Oh, sure, it's fine for a merman who grew up in the frigid ocean depths. It's fine for me, too. I suppose that's because you're from here. You're supposed to get the water all foamy like this. Folklore says that the miners would scoop the water up and splash their faces, too. What? Isn't that kind of overboard? I guess making a big deal out of it meant it was easier to pass down. Can we eat yet? I washed my paws earlier, so I'm just waiting on the rest of you. How much earlier? Yesterday? Nope! Either you wash them now or no food for you. Okay, fine. I'm washing. Ooh, I know. Let's make a wish while we're at the well. We can all wish to win the race. What does the well have to do with it? Oh, it's an old Harveston tradition. They say if you make a wish at a well, it'll come true. It comes from this tale about a young lady who made a wish for love at a well. They say the stronger the wish, the more likely it is to come true, so we all get together and make wishes before harvest or heavy snow. What a strange custom. How about we all make one together? It doesn't make much sense, but it sure sounds neat. I'm down if it'll help you win. There you go, then. We gotta meet your expectations. I don't see the harm in it. We should have the full harvested experience while we're here. Yes, Jade. I agree. It's like doing a group huddle before we start practicing in earnest. I'm for it. I'm down too. Really? You're into making wishes, 𝙎𝑑ia. There was a scene in *𝙎𝑑 where all the girls made a wish at a well. I should retrace their footsteps since I'm here. So it's not about the wish itself, but doing the same thing the cartoon characters did. Well, whatever floats your boat. Okay, let's all make a wish together. On my cue. I wish for us to do well in the Sledathon. I wish to achieve a record-breaking individual performance at the race. I wish to get 100 photos of key ♬ sites. I wish to have a rich and fulfilling tour of Mount Muln. I wish to eat so much good food I nearly burst. I wish for us to have a good time at the Sledathon. Boy, those wishes were all over the place. Weren't they? I couldn't really hear them. Team unity is super important in this race. Will we be able to manage it? I think so. I don't see why you couldn't. The pun. Piping hot. Ugh. There we go. What a large and spacious town square. Look at all the tourists! This is Apple Square, our main festival venue. Lively, isn't it? There are quite a few vendor stalls. Yep, the Sledathon comes once a year. Mostly town folk run the stalls. Everyone's excited to have all these visitors. It's our most lucrative time of year. I admire their mercantile spirit. The stall area is called Cocoa Market. What does cocoa mean? It means bonfire in an ancient Shaftlands language. Ah, yes, I see a bonfire pit in the center of the square. And I spy a bunch of tasty apples hanging from strings. Grim, those are lamps. They're not for eating. Ah, you're right. I want a real apple. You just had one at Apple's house. Yeah, and it was so good I could eat a whole truckload more. Wow, you really did like it. Aw, shucks, that's flattering. I'm a bit parched myself. How about some apple juice then? They're giving it out over there. Oh, for free. How generous. Yep. They also have apple tea and apple ginger tea. People don't normally come out here much, so we're always happy to welcome folks. I could go for something hot. I'll get you an apple ginger tea then. That should warm you up. What would the rest of you like? I'll write it all down and go get it. I'd like an apple juice, please. I've been wanting to try some ever since I read about how good it is. I'll have the apple tea. I could use something warming in all this cold. I could go for a hot drink myself. Apple ginger tea, please. I want to try it all. Bring me one of each. Wait, slow down. I need to make sure I got it all. Hey guys, I've got your drinks. First up, fresh, 100% apple juice. It's one of the Harveston's most popular products. Thank you. Let's give it a try. My, that's good. It's like taking a bite out of a fresh apple. There's a mellow sweetness, which is accentuated by a refreshing tartness. Here's your apple tea, 𝙎𝙬. Careful, it's hot. What a lovely aroma, and I see there are apple pieces floating in it. Delicious! It has a nice sweet aftertaste. Honey, I presume. And here's your apple ginger tea. It'll warm you right up. Thanks! Yep, that does the trick. Ginger's great at warming you up. It's an optimal ingredient to put in your drinks when it's cold. Noted. Ah, yeah, look at all these drinks. Down the hatch. Those drinks really whetted my appetite. Let's grab some food. Ooh, I smell something sweet. They appear to be making an apple pie over there. A pie? That sounds nice. It's huge! Yeah, we make giant apple pies for the festival. They're 5 meters in diameter and are one of the main attractions. It looks like that one's fresh out of the oven. We should go have some. They're free of charge. Free pie as well. The people here are much generous indeed. I mean, that's all they have in this season, and pretty much in all of winter, since, you know, it's kind of like one of the only things they can harvest, considering everything, and, you know, it's like, you know, may as well give it for free if it'll attract people. Howdy, folks. Step right up and grab yourself some piping hot apple pie. Don't mind if we do. Thank you. A flaky crust of sweet apples create a most toothsome experience. What does that even mean? So good. Careful, Grip. Don't shovel it in like that or you'll... Ah! Ah! Too late. I tried to warn you. The caramelized apple slices in a fresh pie are really hot. I burned my tongue all white, but it's so good. Look at the way he's ripping into that. You can see his gums. There's his feral side. This is a rather nice festival, considering the free drinks and pie. Are there any other attractions? Well, there's the apple competition. Is it for the best tasted apple? Get me in on that judge in action. No, it's a color competition, specifically for the reddest apple. How unusual. Is there a reason for that? The tale of the fairest queen says that she prized red apples, so the townsfolk would take the reddest apple from the winter harvest and offer it up. Eventually, that practice turned into a competition to see which apple was the reddest. Now it's an event that livens up the whole festival. The competition's tomorrow. Want to go see it? No way! I ain't interested enough. I can't eat anything. Oh, Grim. I gotta look up her. Hold on. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you're kind of right. Yeah, he does kind of look like her. Sorry, I've never seen Wednesday, so I had to look her up. Now, if my thing would work again, I would really appreciate that. I'm gonna give it a minute. There it goes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna restart the entire app, so give me just a second here. It looks a little bit overcropped now. Cute. Transform. Edit transform. Let's do this a little bit. Why is it so long? Oopsies, wrong way. Okay. And then we pull this close. Put this in. Okay. I want to get some more apple pie. You only get one free slice from the big pie, but there are other regular ones for sale. Yes, I noticed a number of different pie vendors. It's so hard to choose between them. Each vendor has their own style, like what dough they use, what apples they use, how they bake their pies. Oh, so it's not the same pie at every stall. That's right, everyone's got their own special way of making apple pie. It could differ between families, too. Some like to dice their apples and put them all in the pie, while others top theirs with apple halves. There are folks who use fresh, crisp apples, while others do slow-cooked ones with a more caramelized texture. Oh man, all of those sound phenomenal. There are other kinds of fruit pies as well, but the apple ones are always special. Legend has it that the fairest queen loved them, and all the townsfolk do too. The nearest city here has a bunch of stores that sell pies made with Harveston apples. They're so good, I've heard food critics say that they're the kind of pie that'd make anyone drool. Some folks even say the best way to ask someone for a favor is to bring them a Harveston apple pie. 'Cause they'll be so entranced by the flavor, they'll say yes to anything. After tasting that pie, I believe it. I can tell you're very proud. Indeed, all the townspeople here appear confident in their apple products. Yep, we have such good apples that we've made a whole brand out of them. I'd love it if we made even more stuff, since people like them so much. But people in town are getting on in years, and farm work's not easy on old folks. The only young people are me and a handful of babies, like my cousin, who were born pretty recently. I personally think if we're that short-handed, we could make our jobs easier with chemical fertilizers and other kinds of biotechnology, but a lot of the old folks don't look kindly on that sort of thing. They think it's dangerous, even though we could really improve our quality and productivity if we used it properly. I imagine it'd be difficult for the elderly to adapt to new technology. That's fair, but I want to make Harveston a nicer place for everyone to live in. I'm hoping I can do more chemistry studies at Night Raven College and then help out the town. I'd like to find ways to make the farm work easier so people can relax more. I see you've already put a lot of thought into what you want to do in the future. Hey, what about the present? My tummy's still growling. Oh, it's always growling, Grim. They're selling cherries and all kinds of berries over there. Yeah, they sell them by volume. Want to go check it out? Cherries are the big thing where I live. If those who don't know, I live in Michigan. I mean, I live in the southeastern part, sure, but like I've been to the main like cherry town, which is way up north in like the northeastern part. So, I mean, I've been to the cherry festival that they hold every year. It's nice, it's fun, you know, but where I live, we're really big on cherries and cherry production and all of that. So, you know, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Anyway, Colorful berries, ripe vegetables, and wild grapes, fresh mushrooms, lots of stuff on the mountain for sale. They also make fresh squeezed juice. Goodness, so many wild plants all in one place. Yotica dioica, Igapodium podagraria, Polypodiopsida, Comenarium angustifolium, Allium ursidum, Sorbus, Plantago major, Equisetum ervens. Amazing. This is a veritable mountain treasure trove. Pardon my terrible pronunciation of those scientific names. I like scientific names, but not when I have to stare at them and be like, gibberish. So that's what it sounds like to me. I have no idea what any of that meant. It sounded like some cryptic incantation. No kidding. It sounded like monster or mecha names to me. We could pick whatever herbs or flowers we like from the mountains around here. That goes for both public mountains and private woods. So locals generally don't spend money on wild plants. Instead, we sell them to tourists who come in for the festival. People can cake whatever they want, and I want to go get me some mountain greens and mushrooms. I'm going to eat everything on Mount Muln. Come on, Apple, let's go! Folks like you are why nobody shares the good foraging spots with other people. If we don't pace ourselves and just take a little at a time, the whole mountain will be left bare. Then no one could pick anything. Man, being responsible sucks. Besides, you have to do it the spring or summer. The mountains are dangerous in winter. That's right, I was rather looking forward to foraging myself, but one must never underestimate how hazardous a snowy mountain can be. What's up with the after-school special? So I think I'll make some bulk purchases here. Oh my gosh, here we go again! Critorellus tubiformis, Boletus edulis, Critorellus luticens. What an incredible variety of wild plants and fungi. Ugh, he's so obsessed it's cringy. Boy, I bet Jade never thought he'd hear Ida say that about him. What's this place selling? Mrah! This fish is all dry and stale! Look closer, they dried it on purpose. Mrah! You're right! Back in the old days before we had proper roads, it was hard to bring in food in the wintertime. You couldn't have fresh fish or any kind of meat, even if you wanted it. So people started drying out food to preserve it for winter. Now we could get fresh food year-round, of course, but dried foods are still a local specialty. They look real tasty. Roasting them can bring out even more of their flavor. You can also use them for soup stock, and they're still good to eat afterward. They've got all kinds of culinary uses, and they last for ages, so they make great gifts. Okay, I'm gonna buy some gifts right now. Oh yeah? Who are you buying a gift to? Myself. Somehow I'm not surprised. I should get some souvenirs from Alias and Lillian while we're on the subject. And I suppose I should get Silver something. And how about we go souvenir shopping next? Harveston isn't exactly a big tourist destination, so we don't have a lot in the way of souvenirs. But we got plenty of good food and local crafts made with care. That stall's rather busy. They sell handcrafted wooden souvenirs there. Forestry's historically been another big industry for us since Harveston's surrounded by trees. We've got some real talented woodworkers around these parts. So they're a Harveston specialty? Let's take a look then. Whoa! Check out all this stuff! All the woodworking's made from trees on Mount Muln. They have ornaments, picture frames, tableware, coasters. Quite a large variety. I know what I'm buying. I'm going to get these 2 bluebird whistles for Floyd and Azul. Oh, we're famous for those, you know. They say if you blow on one when you're feeling frightened or down in the dumps, it'll perk you right up. What a wonderful way for Azul and Floyd to vicariously experience Harveston's warmth. For sure, they're a great choice. I can just picture them earnestly blowing on these whistles. I'm sure they'll love them. Would they even want to use such cutesy little whistles? It is kind of hard to imagine. I should get something for Ortho. What would be good? This is kind of tricky. Well, what sorts of things does Ortho like? Board games and card games. I doubt they sell those here, though. Yeah, we don't have much in the way of board games. Oh, I know! What do you think of this wooden 3D puzzle? It's got 50 pieces, and you assemble it into an apple. Oh, that looks intriguing. Perhaps I'll try one. It's not a board game, but you still gotta use your noggin, so Ortho might go for it. Done. Too easy. We already finished it. Talk about fast. It's barely even a puzzle. It's more like building blocks. Okay, how about this rabbit one? It's got like 10 times as many pieces as the apple. Really? They call this a puzzle? Golly. That's nothing I couldn't do, given a little more time. Excuse me, which of these is your hardest puzzle? I'd say this one. It's the fairest queen's castle. That's enormous. It must be half a meter tall. This display one here, I spent a year putting it together, and that was with the manual. I reckon it'd take your average Joe over 10 years, easy. Come on! How is this even supposed to be done when it's done so fast? Sorry, fun. He disassembled the whole castle and then reassembled it from the bottom up. You're kidding me. Sheesh, talk about kiddie stuff. Oh, hold on. What if we hear her? You know, on closer inspection, this is some seriously solid craftsmanship. Make something this elaborate by hand? That's some first-rate prototyping work. Okay, I'll buy this puzzle here. Having this little kitty cat model in my room will definitely up the hype factor. Oh, you'll take it. Sure thing, thank you. After all that criticism, he turns around and buys one anyway? You really go for it when you decide to buy something, huh? You gotta make a snap decision and commit when you shop. Only scrubs skip out on a purchase and regret it later, and only plebs get buyer's remorse. Real pros relish the act of making a purchase. You gotta relish it like a superfan. None of this resonates with me at all. Fascinating. This is very educational, Lydia. Anything catch your eye, Sebek? These cushions have piqued my interest as it happens. They're most squishy. Oh! Those are made with down from waterfowl that visit the local river. We've got some in our house, too. They're super soft and fluffy. Our family fights over them sometimes. They also make great pillows. The down is that high quality, huh? Yep. People say it's so soft you could sleep on a single feather. If it's that good, then these would be a fitting gift for Malleus and Lilia. They're real pricey in big cities, but you can get them for half the going rate here. Very well, I shall have 2 cushions. Here you go. Pleasure doing business. Well, would you look at that. Sebek's a power shopper after all. Wait, you're only getting 2? What about Silver? If I gave Silver a cushion this comfortable, his dozing habit would get out of hand. You've got a point there. Now let's keep looking. This is a woodcarver's stall, I take it. Sure is. What about this wooden cuckoo clock? Oh, the decorative carvings are quite intricate. Pretty much every house in Harveston has one. They're a handy way to set your schedule. We get up, go to bed, and have meals by the cuckoos of the clock. In our house, we go to bed at 11. Interesting. This could help give Silver a wake-up call, I imagine. Very well, this clock shall be his gift. And funny enough, he'd probably appreciate it, too. Considering his shopping for clocks in Clocktown and White Rabbit Fest. Are you gonna get any souvenirs, Yoma? Maybe one thing. In that case, how about this broom here? It's also made of wood from Mount Mullen. Here in Harveston, we whistle while we do housework. It often looks like we're dancing with our brooms. It makes even the most boring chores a little more fun, you know? I'm getting all the references. It's hilarious to me. Glad you found something nice, Yuma. I should get a gift for Vil and Rook while I'm here. What to choose? Well, this wooden teacup's pretty, but these sponge wipes are pretty handy. Then again, a hunting knife would be cool. You'd surely love Harveston, don't you, Apple? Sure do! Our goods aren't super fancy or trendy, but they're top quality and made with pride. It's hard to settle on just 2 things. Shouldn't they be happy with anything you get them? That doesn't mean I'm gonna pick something at random. Alright, I'm gonna go with this hand-washing soap. Ah yes, you mentioned the townspeople are rather fastidious about washing their hands. Yeah, and this stuff's locally made by some of the old folks in town. It's made from plant-based oils and all natural ingredients. No added petroleum or synthetic chemicals. So it's organic soap. It sounds like it'd be good for the skin. It's also got apple extract in it, which gives it a real nice smell. I know Vil's particular about what he washes his face with, but since this is for his hands, it's probably okay. It shouldn't cause any blemishes or rough patches if he uses it before putting on his makeup. I'm sure Villa and Rook will both appreciate it. Thanks! I'll go check out now. I don't know what happened with my voice there. Okay guys, I'm all set. Grandma should be just about done sewing our stuffed animals by now. Then we can finally start sledding practice. Mario must be quite skilled to make 4 stuffed animals in such a short time. That's my grandma. Let's get back to the assembly hall. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks, Meemaw. Were you waiting for us out here? I had half a mind to pop on over to Cocoa Market to let y'all know I was done. Ooh, let me see. Sure thing, Chicken Wing. But you can't just stand out here in the cold. All y'all come inside and, well, if it ain't Mario and Apple. Howdy. Howdy, Mayor. Nice to see you. Whoops, don't want to leave your Night Raven college friends out of the conversation now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harveston. Hello, sir. It's nice of him to take the time to speak more clearly for our benefit. I suppose the mayor would get used to that after interacting with people from other regions. It's good to see you back in town, Apple. Are you joining the Sledathon? Yes, sir. The rest of my team hasn't done the race before, so we're just doing it for fun. Your team's won 3 years in a row, so I doubt we've beat you, but we'll have a good time anyway. 3 years in a row? This old guy's that good? Actually, something's come up. I just got word that one of my teammates got injured. What? How? Did they take a spill during sledding practice? He slipped on an apple peel. What? He was eating an apple during his work break and wound up slipping on his own peel. That's not as cool as I wanted it to be. I've heard of slipping on a banana peel, but never an apple peel. It's Harveston, I suppose. I thought the Sledathon winners were supposed to be blessed with good luck. Anyway, long story short, we can't participate in the race this year. What in tarnation? Huh? I know we're going to disappoint the townsfolk, and I'm very sorry about that. Well, there's nothing you can do about an injury. We'll do our best to place as high as we can. That ain't gonna cut it! As high as you can? I don't think so. It's first place or nothing, bub! First place? You seriously can't expect that. Our goalpost has just shifted considerably. Yeah, that's not happening. We can't let a team full of non-locals win. If the mayor can't do it, then it's up to you boys. No ifs, ands, or buts. Is that clear? Oh my god, she's killing my throat. But you're being unreasonable, Grandma. I'm the only one on my team who's ever sledded before. He's right, Mario. Quit splitting hairs! You can't write off something as impossible before I even try. You'll never grow an apple tree or get any apples if you don't sow the seeds. Granny's going nuts over here. Yeah, Grandma really loves the Sledathon. Every year she goes on about how the winning team has to be from Harveston. That explains her sudden agitation. Yeah, she gets real worked up over the Sledathon, especially the winners. She's normally so sweet, you'd never imagine how keyed up she can get. I'm starting to see where Apple gets it. Listen up, boys! I expect you to go out there and win, you hear? Oh my god, okay, Mario, I love you, but stop killing me, Jesus. Maybe he wants to know the time. Maybe, but he's kind of but Silver is kind of a big sleeper. I know I'm answering this so late, I just saw your comment, but Silver is very sleepy, and he wakes up late a lot, so the cuckoo clock would be very helpful for him in some way, shape, or form, even if it doesn't necessarily wake him up. But, yeah. Anyway. Ugh. That's one scary granny. Your animals are sitting in the assembly hall, so go and get them. Toot sweet. Get them, move on. You boys ain't got a minute to spare. You'll need all the practice you can get. Yes, ma'am! Oh my gosh. Water. Stay hydrated, y'all. Okay, here's your stuffed animals. Well, I'll be. What a cute little bunny rabbit. Your cuteness is immaterial. What matters is that they can pull a sled. Nonetheless, you actually managed to craft such detailed plush animals in a matter of hours. You're quite skilled for a human, Maria. Now Sebek's talking with her like she's an old friend. I must say, though, theirs are smaller than I expected. Will they be able to pull the sleds with us on them? Don't you worry, they can get some great speed as long as we do our part with the magic. You can trust the plushies Grandma made us. These little guys are gonna be our partners during a grueling race. Kinda makes you feel attached to them, right? Hardly. I have no interest in stuffed animals. Aw, didn't you have one as a kid? I did not. Wait, really? I grew out of such childishness 1 month after I was born. Though I did hug a sandbag while I slept. Exercise equipment were my toys when I was a toddler. I never had one either. Oh my god. Maria killed me, Jesus. You didn't. I found dolls in shipwrecks, but stuffed animals tend to come apart in the water. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Most merfolk tend to play with coral and shells rather than stuffed animals. What about you, Idia? Who, me? I didn't have one, no. I was into more practical things when I was a kid. I made my own simple robots and stuff. Wow, that's amazing. I had a lot of stuffed animals. So many, I couldn't hold all of them at once. Me too. Like, look at my, take one look at my room. Okay, and there are stuffed animals lined across the entire room almost. I've got like 12, I've got over 10 on my bed. I've got a whole wall of them over here. I have a thing on my, okay, let's roll, I have a rack of some sort, holding them on my door. All of it's mostly my webkins and stuff, but I've got a lot of those. And then I've got a lot on my bookshelf. And then I've got a few on my dresser behind me, but there's not a whole lot on my dresser because I don't have room on my dresser for them. And I've got some on the windowsill by my bed as well, so. And that's not even all of them because I got rid of a ton of them when we moved. You're a fan of them then. That seems fitting. I'm not actually, but folks around here kept giving them to me as gifts. I was the first child born and harvested in a while, and everyone was super happy about it. So the townsfolk would give me hand-stitched plussies, and many of them, or since so knew any of them, liked doing needlework. Once my cousin was born, I handed them all down, so they've still got a good home. Who said you boys could chit-chat? If you've got time for yapping, you've got time for sledding. Yes, ma'am. Scary Granny strikes again. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on a minute. Okay, we're not done yet. We're on the last couple of chapters, though. Thank God. Maria out here killing me. Jeez. It's almost 4 o'clock, so. Here's the main staging ground for the Sledathon. We start here, then follow the course over Mount Muln through the night. Eventually, it brings us back here to the finish line. The course is filled with dense trees and sheer cliffs. It takes a lot of skill to navigate. It's a team race, yes? How are the winners decided? It's based on the combined time of all 4 team members. Ah, so all 4 of us have to cross the finish line. And just one weak link would make winning impossible. How many teams compete, Apple? It varies by year, but usually about 30. You'll see teams of old folks who want to show up, the youngins, kids who love playing in the snow. Then there are the sledding fans and the embroidery enthusiasts. We get all kinds. Teams from faraway cities also come and try their luck. That's more participants than I was expecting. I thought there wouldn't be so many after you mentioned the dwindling number of young people around here. Back in its heyday, the Sledathon would get over 200 teams, but as Harveston went in decline, so did the number of competitors. Which is why you boys need to liven up this race! Losing ain't an option, you hear? We'll try our best. What was that? Your voice is as soft as an unharvested apple left rotten on the tree. Speak up when you answer me. You're in it to win it, okay? Yes, ma'am. Boy, am I glad I kept out of the race. Now get to practicing! Okay, guys, first you gotta tie the lines between your plushie and the sled. Oh, and when I say lines, I mean these leads attached to the plushies. These sleds are puny. I say they could only hold 1 person each. Are you supposed to stand while riding them? It seems like it would be difficult to maintain your balance. That's right, you have to keep a firm grip on the handlebars or you might wipe out. Handlebars, why did I say it like that? Yikes. Most of the time I sleep. Okay, the lines are all hooked up. Now let's go over how to control the plushie's direction. The sled is designed to channel magic through the handlebars and down the lines into the plushies. You call out the direction you want them to go in. When you want to go forward, you call out mush. So it's like sled dog racing. Okay. For right turns, it's and for left turns, it's haw. And when you want to stop, you say whoa. That all rings a bell. Those are all the same calls used in horseback riding. Does the equestrian club use them? No, we typically use riding crops and reins to control the horses in our competitions. But I've read literature on other forms of horseback riding that involve vocal commands. Wow, you're so well informed. We use those same calls when directing cattle, too. I'll give you a demonstration with my plushie. I love how I was comparing it to one thing and Noah's two compared it to something completely different. I'll give you a demonstration with my plushie. Here goes. Mush! G! Look how smoothly it moves. This seems simple enough. You know, this might be an easy win for us since these guys run on magic. I mean, we take magic lessons literally every day. True. And this looks quite rather simple compared to the brooms we handle in flight class. Well, aren't you boys confident? Let's see how the rest of your plushies do. This will be child's play. Just channel some magic and mush! Hey, why are you running backwards? I have already ordered you to go forward. Mine isn't doing anything I say. It's just marching in place. Ah! Too fast! Too fast! Whoa! Stop the ride! And we have our first spill of the day. Looks like you're all struggling with control, but to be fair, this is your first time. With brooms, you can just hop on and fly. But with this, you gotta move the plushie's limbs in proper sequence. Don't assume it's easy, because it ain't. You can't just apply flight lessons to stuffed animals. You could have mentioned that sooner. Consarn it, you sure these boys are up to snuff, Apple? They'll be fine. They're just not used to it yet. We all take magic lessons at school. They'll have the hang of it in no time. They just need a little practice. We'll see about that. You boys are going to need some serious fiddles tonight, or you'll keel overboard before the Sledathon even starts. You take it from here, Apple. I expect you to whip him into sled shape. Take good care of him, too. Treat him like a new apple breed being planted for the first time. Anything I can do to help? I'd appreciate an extra pair of eyes while I'm coaching. After all, I can't watch all of them at once. Come on, guys! Let's get practicing. Okay, last chapter for today. Okay, everyone, stop your sleds. Say whoa! Whoa! Great, that's 3 perfect stops. You guys picked this up real quick. All of you can speed up and slow down smoothly, and you're taking corners without any trouble. It's hard to believe this is your first time plush sledding. Great job! You're simply that good of a teacher, Apple. That's right, keep it coming. I thrive on positive reinforcement. Same, bro. Likewise! You're full-fledged mushers now. What, pray tell, is a musher? I trust you don't mean masher, the cooking tool used to mash potatoes and boiled eggs. No, it's a term for people who drive plushie sleds. Do-do-do! India has locked the title musher. Well, that's a good stopping point. Let's take a break. Excuse me, you're ruining my immersion here. I could keep going. The only way to master something is pure repetition. Too much practice can lead to fatigue and make you lose focus. You're more likely to have an accident that way. The best way to stay on top of your game is to take regular breaks. Then you'll get the most out of practicing. Nonetheless, we're still very short on time. I'd rather utilize every second we can. Wow, Sebek, you sure are diligent. We take our tea breaks very seriously around these parts, though. We like to chat with friends and family over a sweet treat and some hot tea or coffee. We should abide by Harveston customs while we're here, 𴬃. Very well, a short break it is. There's a pit stop up ahead. I'll go fetch us some drinks. What's a pit stop? It's a place that provides refreshments during marathons and bike races, correct? Yep. They also provide light meals to people like us who come up to practice the day before the race. Wahaha! No, that's what I call hospitality. Hold on. Grandma's gonna have food and drinks for us on the day of the Sledathon. She said she'd give our team all the support she could. I don't doubt it. The pit stop crew also does maintenance on the plushies and gives you updates on the race. That sounds most helpful indeed. Yuma, would you and Grim like to help out in the pit? You bet I would. Oh ho, and here I expected you to balk at doing any work, Grim. The pit stop's got food and drinks, right? Yes, but for the racers, you can't hog all of it. I'm here for whatever you need. In that case, I'll share a few pointers on how to sabotage the other teams later. If there's any funny business, the management staff will kick you out on your pitoot in no time. Anyway, be right back. I'd be cool if we called it good here. Just saying. You have a point. You have a point. We already have a good handle on it. Further practice might not be necessary. Weaklings. This is but a trifling effort for me. This team's in pretty decent shape. Looks like you won't be needing my help after all. Please. Our chances of winning would be far slimmer with you participating. Oh yeah! Ow! What was that, Grim? A snowball to your face, that's what! You ill-mannered monster! Your snowy strike shall not go unanswered! Have I fun in the snow, 𴬃? How do you like that, Jade? Cold enough for you? You know, I've always wanted to try my hand at a snowball fight. I trust you're prepared to face me, Grim. You'd better apologize, Grim. Take this, Yuma! Ugh, come on. What kind of idiot spends their break doing physical exertion? I got one for you too, Idia. And another one for you, 𝬃. You caught me off guard before, but you won't get me when I'm alert. What? Now look what you've done. You hit that tiny human. Oh my, are you hurt? It's appalling how some people behave, isn't it? And Jade immediately switched into formal mode. You're all fine, don't worry about it. Hey, what's the big idea? You challenging us to a snowball fight? Are they? Oh boy, that sounds fun! Got him! Hop, Grum, you're being rude! Is it just me, or do they look familiar? I remember them! Really, I don't pay much attention to people's faces. I feel so awkward with them staring at me. Now back! I've got a ton of hot tea and cinnamon rolls for everyone. Oh hey, it's you all. From Royal Sword Academy! Wait! It's Nisha's little guys. And that's where we stop for today. Oh gosh, wait. Hold on. Okay, yeah, we'll be doubling up tomorrow, but that's okay. Because I gotta finish tomorrow. I've got plans the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th. So the 26th, I won't be streaming, but the 27th, I'll be back. I gotta adjust my Discord server stuff accordingly. Yes, don't forget, I have a Discord server for those who want to keep track of when I stream or when I upload. Usually my stream VODs, especially when I stream like this right now, typically they will, the VODs will be posted shortly after I stop streaming. So, it doesn't notify until after stream. So, that's, unfortunately, I don't know how to fix that. I haven't messed with the thing too much, but link should be in the description. If not, It is also on my other videos if you'd like to check those out. To find the Discord server, I believe it is also linked on my channel if you would like, if you'd like, whatever. But I'm not gonna push anything, of course. It's up to you guys. I'm just trying to kind of spread out stuff on my channel because right now I'm like the only person with Nintendogs in their username that's still kind of active here, so it's kind of rough, but no, I do what I can. But anyway, thank you all for joining me today. I had a lot of fun, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure I should be able to. I should be able to skip out on some stuff. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.